Good morning, everybody. It's just Heather / Hetty, whichever you wish to call me, from Twitter land, Facebook land, you pretty much name it, the network land. This one, of course, is more geared towards my my Twitter site, which is at Epilepsy Cures. And that's what this is more entailed to. But you can also find me where I'm at all the time, and that's at Alive in Me. And that was my very first and main site. And either which way, and both ways, I'm always going to find you. So, and love to connect with you. And from there, as epileptics, you'll see on my site for Twitter at Epilepsy Cures, I have a Ning account that you could connect with, and I would love to be able to share stories and such and connect you with other people with epilepsy and have group talks and such. But just aside from that, it's been just an interesting week for me. October is supposed to be actually called this month of awareness for depression, and if you think about it, it's also awareness for domestic violence. Well, go figure. I guess that kind of comes in hand for checking for people in depression, because that was the month in 2002 on October 6th where my ex-husband beat me. And the coolest thing about that day today is that instead of dwelling in it anymore, my husband today, who I've been with, we've known each other since 2002, but we've been dating since 2003. And so, God has just really grown us together. And so we got married on October 6th. We were able to get married in 2007. And so we had our second anniversary, and it was so awesome. And so that's such a day I look forward to. We're back before I forgave my ex, and that was the main part. And of course, before I got married to my husband today, who really and truly is going to be legally the father of our daughter. He's adopting my child that I had with my ex, but he's raised her, so that's also another blessing that we got through all this. He is just one amazing soul. But I used to mourn every October, and he knew it would come, and it happens. It would start in September, and so just know that we have amazing ways to turn all that bad into good, and even when it's really tragic stuff, and that's just the one thing you want to focus on. Here's the next amazingly ironic thing. And because of that date, in 2003, I had an intense conversation on the 18th of October in 2003 with my ex, talking about, why did you ever do that? And 2 weeks prior, he was so sorry and, apologizing and just wishing that he could be with me. He was in Iraq at the time. And about 2 weeks later, it was on October 18th of 2003, he now all of a sudden must have just had one of those flip days where he was just like, I didn't touch you. We had a fight, but I didn't touch you. And now, mind you, I've got, these wonderful, CDs from one on base. I went and I had all the pictures taken from the social services that they have. It's just, mindset, he would not admit it, and that hurt my heart. And I've been dealing the whole year with overdosing on my phenobarbital. I'd taken my whole life and been used to it. It's just that it was the only thing. I'd never been a drinker, so I didn't know Jesus, and so I had to numb the pain. I felt that would be the way to fill the void, and so I just kept overdosing and overdosing and overdosing, and to the point where I almost lost my life on October 19th because of that argument. And a little whisper to God, just as they were putting the tube down my nose through my throat to pump my stomach, before I went out, I just whispered just for another chance, and, you know, I'm here, and he's more than given me definitely more than another chance, and I've walked with him tightly since then, and I've just stuck with them even through down points, and he's done such amazing work. And it's just amazing. You know, you can't let epilepsy grab you down. You can't let the medications that, you know, play with your, you know, your mood, unfortunately, do the same thing. You got to find ways to, you know, lift yourself up. And there, you know, is a great way is having a support group. And I just went to mine, which was the ironic part of this. It was on October 19th at my hospital that I always go to. And here I am, same time driving up there, and should have been on the passenger seat, you know, just years and years and years prior, just out of it. And there I was, the one able to drive up there sane, not drugged out of my mind, you know, and I was so well, you know, it felt great. And to be in that hospital and not back in their ER room, it was so awesome. And there we had a great speaker, Dr. I want to say it's Maganti. He did a great job, listened to all of our questions and answered them greatly, and all in relation to epilepsy and sleep disorders and such. And so it was really amazing. And the closeness that you'll get if you do go to a support group, it doesn't mean that, you know, oh gosh, I feel sorry for you. It's just, if you got questions, you'll find out that when you do get together during this, you'll have more relation and understanding, and you're not alone. That weird feeling that you had was in reasoning with your seizure. So, you know, that's a great reason to go and to never feel alone. Another one that you will see on my sites, have seen on my sites, is Greg Grunberg. He's obviously a well-known actor. His son Jake, at the age of 12, he's had brain surgery as well. 90% of it is gone, of the seizures, that is, not the brain, the seizures. And, you know, and he's 12. Granted, I can sit here and say, I will guarantee that he is actually going to do nothing but get better. And especially with a dad who is so positive, and he's just really just bringing everyone together to understand that it's not a big deal to have it. You don't hide it. And that was a blessing I've always had. I've always had a big mouth, as you can see. I'm a yapper. And I was a gymnast as a child. I never let it hold me back. And for some reason, I just never knew I should be ashamed of having it. And my parents never lectured me on that. So it was just something that I always had in me, that God must have given me to be, because I was always such an actress-like person. I was very open. And man almighty, did everyone ever accept it. I was never intimidated. I've come across so many stories, especially men, that can have that judgment. And, you know, just present it in just an amazing way. Just let them know, you know what, this is what I have. If this is what happens, this is all you've got to do. But otherwise, you know what, this is just all it is in my life. But this is me. Otherwise, this is me, and I am who I am. It's just a secondary part of my life. It isn't all of me. What's me is my heart, you know. And anyway, but Greg Grunberg has this great site and this great outlook. And go to his site at www.talkaboutit.org and click on it. And you'll see his positive output on it. And you'll actually even see one of my doctors on there from Mayo. Dr. Servin actually does a speak on there about medications, surgery, different ways, answers that are out there. And it's so true. You're not going to sit there and not have an answer. There's always just more coming out. Technology today is just amazing. As I sit here, having had 2 brain surgeries, I'm speaking perfectly fine and going on a 3rd without any fear. So just know that. You know, just know that there are answers, not to stick to one, fearful of trying to switch, because I've done them all. So, and I think I'm okay. Anyway, come to my site on Twitter, and that's at Epilepsy Cures, and we can chit-chat. And sending you blessings, and pray that you have a great day.